guys, welcome back. Happy Friday. For today, I decided to do a video that a few of you did ask me about when I posted my what's in my gym bag video. I use this deodorant called Native. It's all natural, and a lot of people wrote to me saying, how is it possible if you work out? How are you wearing natural deodorants? It doesn't work, this and that. So I decided to try a few brands for you, just to tell you my opinion on each of them and what really works with someone that works out and is active all the time. So I hope you guys enjoy, and don't forget to subscribe, and let's get into this. Okay guys, so now let's start off with, before I get into the brands itself, why I use natural deodorant. It's not only because I'm vegan, because I know a lot of people are probably like, oh, she only uses it because she's vegan. Like, I have friends that are not vegan, and some of them are the ones that actually brought this whole natural deodorant to the light for me, because I didn't know. But I did used to use, before I was vegan, I used to use Degree like all the time. I just put it on, it worked, never had to worry about it. Then once I went vegan, I learned all about like animal cruelty and what are in something. And the reason why, not only because, you know, a lot of these big brands test on animals, but also because the things we are putting in our bodies. A lot of people don't realize the deodorants that we can just buy from CVS and Rite Aid and all these places, you know, that are not natural, they're filled with stuff. Like, it is not good to be putting things on your body like that, which we absorb, especially from our armpits. Like, natural deodorants do not clog your pores. They do not have the antiperspirants that regular deodorant does. And when you think about it, like, really just sit down and think, like, why am I allowing something to clog my pores, really mess up our hormonal balance? And there was a study that I read once, I don't know how true it is, but it did say that it can cause to even like Alzheimer's and cancer, and like you're just adding like really harsh things into your bodies when you're using regular deodorant. So by all means, when I read everything, I was like, it makes no sense. I'm trying to live a long and healthy life. And even if I just have to make that switch just for deodorant, that's super easy. Why not? Let me get into it. So I thought it was super easy, but turns out, and I know I don't want you guys to be like, oh, forget this. When you first stop your regular deodorant, Dove, Degree, whatever you use, to switch to all natural deodorant, sometimes you have this period where you will notice you're sweating a lot more, you're gonna probably smell, you know, it's like a whole detox, because for as long as you use those regular deodorants, like, you're just clogging up your pores. So when you are finally stopping all those toxic things going into your body, finally your body can breathe, it can let out those harsh chemicals that you do put into your body. So for a little while, it does not take that long, you will notice a difference. But then once your body is used to the natural deodorant and you detox all those bad things, it's like amazing. I hardly sweat. Even when I do forget to put on deodorant, like, sometimes I don't even need it. Not to say like every day, especially on like big like hit cardio days, like I definitely need deodorant. I'm not gonna BS you guys, but on some days when I do forget and it's not that crazy for me, like it's not like I'm like, whew, I forgot to put deodorant. Like, it just pops up and I'm like, oh wow, I forgot. But I never have to worry about it like I did back in the day when I didn't put on a deodorant, especially when I was in school or high school. Like, if I missed a day not putting on deodorant, I used to like walk around with my arms so close to my body and like not hug anyone, not do anything, not raise my hand, because I was like, ooh, I stink, you know? So by all means, this switch was the best for me, but I did suffer a little bit with a few brands, so I am gonna let you guys know what worked for me. By all means, your body is different than my body, so what works for me could probably not work for you, but that's why you experiment and you see what does, just so you can just live that healthy life, you know? By all means, it's worth it. So look into this for you and your family members, just anything that helps to be healthy and live longer. I mean, come on. Why wouldn't you do it? So now I have all of them on my lap here. So let's start with the first all natural deodorant that I bought. So Before I show you what this is, I use their makeup. I always have their makeup. I love their brand. I'm very like, oh my God, like anything they come out with, I'm like, yep, I'm buying that. So when I noticed that Tarte, they had this clean green, vegan, hypoallergenic, all natural deodorant, I was like, yes, I need one, you know? And the smell is amazing. Like, I wish you guys can smell, but it smells so good. So I was like, oh my God, I can't wait. I have to give this a try, you know? So this is when I did the research and was making the switch. So I knew I was not gonna smell good for the first few days. You know, I knew my body really had to detox, especially using this crappy deodorant for like 20 years or whatever. You know, my body had a lot of yucky stuff that had to be detoxed. So when I first used this, I was like, oh my God, I hate it. It was not working. I kept walking around with this and like really like, oh my God, I need to put it on, you know? Like, it was just not working out for me. And it was just because I was detoxing, but with this one, it was like really bad. So when I would go to the gym, I would absolutely have to bring this. Like, sometimes I can smell myself so bad. I was like, oh, this is horrible. Like, I almost was like, you know what? This doesn't work, you know? But then it turned out it was just a detox phase. Once it really lasted maybe like a week for me. And then after that, it was working. I did like it, but then 2 weeks after using it so much, I don't know if it's because after I shave, you know, I would put it on or whatever, but I would get this really bad rash. And it was just so itchy. So I really was disappointed because I really, really wanted to love this and let this be my go-to just because I love the brand, but it just didn't work for me. This is not gonna be the one, you know? So unfortunately, this did not work out for me. After I did detox, working out, I did have to apply it even after the fact just because the scent didn't last as long. I didn't smell, but you know, the scent is so strong when you first put it on that afterwards it would just fade away. So I did still have to reapply this throughout the day. And then after that, that's when, you know, I loved it. I was like, okay, I'll stay with this one, but then I got the rashes and then that was the end of that. I just couldn't go back to this anymore. So this one was not my top choice. Like I said, if it works for you, amen, hallelujah, but it did not work for me, unfortunately. So Tarte, this is the one thing I would have to say I can't use. Everything else definitely is an A+ for me. So that was the first brand I used. Then the second brand, you guys might see this brand everywhere. They have it in CVS. They have it in like your local pharmacy store. You can pick it up pretty much anywhere. The brand is called Schmitz. I'm saying it wrong, but Schmitz. Yeah, there we go. Rose and Vanilla. I actually got this one at TJ Maxx because I said, oh, I need another one. Let me just pick it up there. So with this one, this is very rough, this texture. Like, and you're supposed to, it says you're supposed to leave it on, like hold it on your armpit for like 5 seconds, and then with your body heat, it will really like work and then get smooth. But it was still very hard for me. The smell was okay. It wasn't like the best smell ever. You know, I did love it after using this one because with this one, I did have to reapply maybe twice throughout the day, but then that was it. Like with the Tarte, I did have to reapply a couple of times, you know? And then after that, unfortunately, again, I got another rash. And at this point, I was like, is it Natural Deodorants that I'm getting rashes from? Like, what is going on, you know? And my best friend, Erica, the one that you guys met, she uses this brand, she loves it. She was really the one that told me about them. And yeah, for some reason, it really didn't work. The rashes were really, really bad. Like, I was always itching my underarms to the point like it was so uncomfortable. Honestly, after this one, I said I am gonna try one more brand, you know, just to see, like I'm gonna do my research and really look at what has great reviews. So this one, by all means, their website, I love their website too. It's very like, there's so much information. Definitely look them up for their like detox period. They have so many tips. They have all the information on there. You know, I'll link it down below, but their website, their website definitely is an A+. It helps when you're doing the switch. So I would definitely look them up if you're gonna do the switch. Just look up their website, and it's like, the information is amazing. But like I said, I did love this, but it did not work for me. It works for my best friend Erica. My sister actually got the lavender one, I believe it was, and it didn't work for her, and I felt horrible because I was like, no, make the switch. You have to go to like Natural Deodorant, and she did, and literally a week later she had such a bad rash. So I don't know why, you know, we both got it, but I know not everyone gets it, you know. So just look them up, look up their website, and see more information about the whole detox stuff. So then after that, I was like, ooh, I'm like slouching a little bit. Hold on, let me sit up here. I have my little girl boss shirt on. I wish you could see it more. Oh, there we go. But now after that, so I did my research. I was really like looking into new brands. I said, you know, there has to be something out there that really works for me, especially that I work out, I'm very active, something that's really gonna work. I don't need something that's like, oh, this is like so refreshing and it will lift up your life and blah, blah, blah. You know, I don't need none of that BS. I need something that's not gonna let me stink and not give me a rash. Like back then I didn't even think about a rash because I never got a rash in my old like deodorant ways, which is so crazy because those deodorants are filled with stuff, but that's why they make it that way, so you can keep buying and buying and buying, you know? But now with these that are all natural, there was something that was just not working for me with those two that I tried. So then I was doing research and I found this brand called Native, and they had awesome reviews. A lot of people tried them. Some of their reviews did say like, oh, I got a rash from it, you know. So I was a little skeptical, but you know, we're all different. So I was like, maybe it doesn't do that for me. To be real with you, I found this through a blog that I found. Some vegan girl had it, and she had this listed as one of like the top vegan deodorants. So I never really looked into it, and that's my fault. I should have really looked into something and been reading the ingredients, but I like trust. I looked on their website. It said they were so against animal cruelty and animal stuff that I was like, oh wow, you know. So it turns out this actually has beeswax. You know, some vegans use honey, use beeswax. I don't personally. I never really liked honey, and I just never really cared to use anything from honey, you know, especially when I read all about it. So when I found out this has beeswax, it kind of like upset me because I loved it so much and it worked. So I told myself I'm gonna try another brand and see, because unfortunately, just with my beliefs and what I care for, I don't think this is gonna work out too well anymore for me. So luckily, I found this brand called Kapari, and I actually love this brand. Like, I wish you guys can smell it. It smells so amazing. It's 100% vegan. I read the ingredients, I did everything, you know, it's made out of coconut oil. It's so smooth, especially, like, I never got a rash, nothing. Now, the only thing different that I would say this one still beats this one, she lasts about like all day long. I didn't have to reapply her, but Missy here, I do have to reapply at least twice, especially if it's like a cardio day at the gym, you know. She loses her smell a lot quicker than this one over here. I love that I'm saying she, but they help a sister out, so I'm gonna say she. But so I did make the switch. I do reapply, especially after the gym, but that's no trouble, like whatever. I wanna smell as good as possible after the gym anyways, so this works out perfect, you know, and I shower twice a day, so it's like, okay, I put it on twice a day. Like, what's the difference? I would have done it anyways. Even putting this one on, I put her on twice a day. So at the end of the day, this was my favorite choice, Kapari. I found this at Sephora, this right off the website. I paid like $11 and change for it just because there was a sale. Originally, I think they're $14. It lasts me a while, like that's one thing. This does last me a while, but I do love this. I like absolutely, especially being so active and sweating, like she always holds me up. Like she got my back, you know? So if you care about the beeswax and you're just looking for like a natural deodorant, I would say between these two. If you don't care that it's not fully vegan, then try this one. If you do care, then definitely this is the go-to. So I really hope you guys enjoy this video. Please let me know if you give it a try. I will have all the links down below for each and every one of these deodorants. If you want to try that gave me a rash, like either the Tarte or the Schmidt's, let me know if it gave you a rash. You know, I said everyone's different. I'm sure these two people complain about rashes. I didn't get them. So yeah, so I really hope you guys enjoy this. Let me know if you want like a part 2. I do want to actually figure out how to make my own natural deodorant. There's so many websites about it. So I think I want to give it a try. Let me know if you want to do it together. Let's see if this works out. Make the switch if you haven't. Stop it. It's 2019. You know, it's all about your health at the end of the day. Probably like deodorant, like come on, it's not gonna kill me, but like you're just adding extra stuff in you that you shouldn't even be adding. So why not, you know, little baby steps in order to get that very healthy lifestyle. And if you work out and you're active like me, then by all means, these brands are the best ones to try. I tried those two and they didn't work out, but these were like, yeah, baby, like I got you. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful weekend, and I love you guys. Bye.